We are discussing today very important questions which are asked in the previous examinations based on the sexual reproduction in flowering plants or the life cycle of the angiosperms. The very first question is that perisperm is found in the seeds of. You must know what is perisperm. You all know about the nucellus, which is the nutritive tissue found in abundant quantity in the ovule. Now, this nucellus disintegrates later, but sometimes the remnant of nucellus is found in some seeds, and that remnant of nucellus is called as the perisperm. So perisperm is found in the seeds of piper, barley, beans or groundnut. When we study NCERT, then in that NCERT it is clearly written that in piper the perisperm is found. Piper and beet, the perisperm is found. So here the option is given to us in A option. Perisperm is found in the seeds of, so it is piper. Question number 1 is having the answer A. Question number 2. The portion of the embryonal axis found above the level of cotyledons is, always remember, the portion of the embryonal axis which is found above the level of cotyledons is epicotyle, and the portion of the embryonal axis below the level of cotyledons is called as hypocotyle. So the question is the portion of the embryonal axis above the level of cotyledons. So above the level means epi, above, epi means above, cotyle means cotyledon. So the portion of the embryonal axis which is found above the level of the cotyledons will be definitely epicotyle. So here it is, epicotyle. Question number 2 is having the answer B. Question number 3. A typical angiospermic anther is bilobed and tetragonal, which consists of, a typical angiospermic anther is bilobed. We know very well generally the anther is bilobed and tetragonal, and it consists of 2 microsporangia? No. Tetragonal will be having 4 microsporangia, 3 microsporangia, 4 microsporangia or only 1 microsporangia. Here is the answer. A typical angiospermic anther is bilobed and tetragonal, and it consists of how many microsporangia? 4 microsporangia. 4 microsporangia means 4 pollen sacs which are filled with pollen grains. So question number 3 is having the answer C. Question number 4. Pollen grains are well preserved as fossils because of the presence of. We know very well that pollen grains are having 2 walls, exine and intine, and the exine is made up of sporopollenin, and sporopollenin is a resistant substance which is not affected by any chemical or biological agencies. Okay, so pollen grains are too much small, but then 2 pollen grains can be preserved in the form of the fossils. So pollen grains are well preserved as fossils because of the presence of. So because of the presence of sporopollenin in exine, they can be preserved. So question number 4 is having the answer A. The prominent pollen grain apertures called germ pores are present in. When we study the pollen grain, right, we know that pollen grains are surrounded by exine and intine, and exine is not a complete layer. At various places certain apertures are found in the exine where sporopollenin is absent, and that apertures are called as germ pores. Okay, so the prominent pollen grains apertures called germ pores are present in. So definitely the germ pores will be present in the exine layer. Here is the answer. Is it clear? The prominent pollen grain apertures called germ pores are present on. So germ pores are always present on the exine layer of the pollen grain, which is the outer layer. Question number 5, answer is C. Question number 6. Which of the following weed has become a major cause of pollen allergy in India? Pistria, Myosotis, Parthenium or Mirabilis? You have seen that wherever the land is barren, at that barren land, certain herbs like, or we can say it as a weed grow in that barren areas, and that weed is called as Parthenium. Okay, that weed is called as Parthenium. So which of the following weed has become a major cause of pollen allergy in India? So in India, majorly it has been seen that the pollen allergy occur because of the Parthenium, which grows in barren areas. So the answer is Parthenium. Question number 6 is having the answer C. Question number 7. Alpha cellulose fibrous thicknings is present in or on. Whenever we study the anther walls, we know very well that anther wall is surrounded by 4 layers. The first one is the epidermis, then the endothecium, then the middle layers, and then the tapetum. Alpha cellulose fibrous thickenings are the feature of the endothecium layer, and these alpha cellulose fibrous thickenings are present on the inner tangential wall of endothecium. They are found on the inner tangential walls of the endothecium. Now see here, epidermis no, tapetum no, outer tangential wall of endothecium no, inner tangential wall of endothecium yes. So alpha cellulose fibrous thickenings are present on inner tangential wall of endothecium. So the answer number, question number 7 is having the answer D, inner tangential wall of endothecium. 8th, intine is made up of. Remember, if axine is made up of the sporopollenin, then intine is made up of pectin and cellulose, which can together be called as pectocellulose. So here it is, pectocellulose. Question number 8 is having the answer B. Pollen viability. Viability means how much long the pollen grain lives. Okay. Pollen viability for rice and wheat plant is, it is clear cut mentioned in the NCERT that pollen viability for rice and wheat is approximately 30 minutes. So 30 hours, no. Several ones, no. Half hour, of course 30 minutes. Half hour means 30 minutes. So the answer is C. Question number 9 is having the answer C, half hour, that is 30 minutes. Mature male gametophyte. What is mature male gametophyte? A pollen grain, when germinates, a pollen tube arises. A pollen tube, or we can say it is a pollen grain with pollen tube, is called as the mature male gametophyte. And the mature male gametophyte consists of 3 cells. How 3 cells? 2 male gametes and 1 tube or vegetative cell. So a mature male gametophyte is 1 cell, 2 cell, 1 cell and 2 nucleate, or 3 cell. It is 3 cell. Mature male gametophyte is always how much cell? 3 cell. Question number 10 is having the answer D. So these were important questions related to life cycle of angiosperm. Kindly practice again and again. These questions are very important. Thanks a lot for watching me.